Hey guys, it is Julie here with JT.Wealth. We have an exciting video today as we are discussing the breaking news surrounding Trevor Milton and Nikola, plus the former GM executive who is stepping up and what contributions he's actually already made to Nikola. So let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back. Happy Monday, and thank you so much for being here. This morning, it is hard to look at the news without seeing an article regarding Trevor Milton voluntarily stepping down from Nikola. So in our video today, we are going to discuss this, but more importantly, we are going to look at Steve Girsky, who is the former GM executive that is going to be stepping up and taking Trevor's place. So we are going to take a look at Steve's resume, if you will, and go through the details of how he's actually been involved with Nikola a little bit longer than you may think. Now, before we get into all of that good stuff, this is just your friendly reminder to please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Really helps us grow, helps you stay up to date with all of our latest videos. And if you like this video, please make sure you give us a big thumbs up too. Down below in the description, there are some awesome links for you to check out, such as my Patreon page, which through that we have a great Discord chat group going, as well as some awesome referral links to different investment platforms such as Robinhood and M1 Finance. They give you bonus stocks and just straight up cash for signing up. Okay, so as most of us know, it has been a rough couple of weeks for Nikola, as shortly after announcing their new partnership with General Motors, there came a scathing report from Hindenburg, basically claiming that Nikola was a fraud and that they'd been misleading investors on their actual technology. This was a lengthy report of allegations ranging from their battery technology to an advertisement that showed one of their trucks just rolling down a hill instead of actually driving, and it led to the SEC and the Departments of Justice launching investigations into Nikola. Nikola did respond to the Hindenburg report in a press release last week that addressed about 10 or 12 of the 53 questions posed by the Hindenburg report, and it was kind of met with mixed reviews, as Nikola basically did admit that the truck was in motion down a hill and that they never claimed it was self-propelled. We did do a video covering this last week a bit more in depth, so if you want to see more on Nikola's response, be sure to check out that video. So this Sunday, via Twitter, Trevor Milton said that he would defend himself against what he described as false allegations. In the meantime, he has made the difficult decision to approach the board and step aside. He says that Nikola is truly in my blood and always will be, and the focus should be on the company and its world-changing mission, not me. This news of Trevor Milton stepping down caused Nikola's stock price to drop quite dramatically this morning. As our closing price on Friday was around $34, pre-market today got all the way down to $25, which was over a 26% drop. We're now hovering between that $26 to $27 mark, representing about a 21 to 22% change. Now, part of this news release is that Steve Girsky was accepted by the board to replace Trevor Milton as chairman, effective immediately. So what do we know about Steve Girsky? Well, we know that he served a variety of roles at GM from 2009 to 2014, including that of vice chairman. He did serve on their board until 2016 as well, and he did notably help them get out of their financial crisis back in 2009. Now, more interestingly is that Steve Girsky is the managing partner of a company called Vecto IQ. Vecto IQ is the premier partner for leading organizations participating in the rapid transition towards mobility as a service and an autonomous vehicle society. You may recognize the name of Vecto IQ because they are the SPAC company or blank check company that went into a deal with Nikola back in March 2020 to take their company public via reverse merger, with that merger closing this June. In an article back from April, we see how the partnership business model let Wall Street investors look past the lack of revenue from Nikola. Steve Girsky examined more than 100 companies and signed 75 non-disclosure agreements and 6 letters of intent before choosing electric and fuel cell truck maker Nikola Motors as the filing for his publicly traded shell company. So Steve Girsky has been working alongside Nikola for the better part of a year, likely a good bit longer, and obviously is very familiar with Nikola as there is a lot of due diligence involved in deciding which company you're going to partner with in that SPAC type scenario. And it was as soon as that SPAC deal was completed that Steve Girsky brought the best of his two worlds together. Once Steve had made the deal to take Nikola public in that reverse merger back in March, one of his first calls was to General Motors CEO Mary Barra. He wanted to shop the idea of the automaker working with the electric truck startup on batteries and fuel cells. As the former vice chairman at GM, Girsky knew that the company had deep reservoirs of expertise in both technologies. Now, business development teams at GM and Nikola held on and off discussions about a tie-up. It wasn't until Nikola's executive chairman, Trevor Milton, insisted on finding a manufacturing partner for Nikola's Badger electric pickup that things got serious. So not only did Steve Girsky create the SPAC company that took Nikola public, he then brought together GM and Nikola for this partnership deal, and he now sits as chairman of the board for Nikola. All in all, I would say that this has turned out pretty good for Steve Girsky. Now, only time will tell how investors truly feel about Trevor Milton stepping down amidst all of this chaos. David Whiston, an auto analyst at Morningstar, said even if it is really voluntary, like Milton says, it's still sinking the stock pre-market Monday. I could see the market thinking it's not voluntary, or thinking if there's nothing wrong, then why are you leaving? It's possible GM lobbied for this too because they know Girsky, but that's all speculation. I definitely can now see why GM's CEO Mary Barra says that she does stand behind their recent partnership with Nikola, especially knowing that there is a familiar face in Steve Girsky at the table with them. For me personally, Nikola still has a lot of work to do to really prove themselves as a legitimate vehicle manufacturer in this EV space. And yes, they definitely are on the right track, having GM help with this partnership. But there is still a lot left to be determined here, including those investigations from the SEC and the Department of Justice. So Trevor Milton stepping down is one step in a very long list of steps needed to be taken here. Nikola remains to be a stock that I will happily watch from the sidelines, and we'll see where it ends up. But I know a lot of you are really excited about Nikola, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on Trevor Milton stepping down, Steve Girsky taking his place, and just all the history that Steve Girsky has there between the SPAC and GM. So please remember, leave a comment down below. Always love hearing from you guys. And if you made it all the way to the end here, make sure you give us a big thumbs up and double check that you're subscribed to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and cheers.